I want to ask you, how often do you think about what you say? One of my favorite things that I was taught when I was in high school was by this genius who worked for all the big companies in Silicon Valley. So, not just Apple, not just Lockheed, he was brilliant, and I can't even begin to explain his genius. But what he taught me was to stop, and instead of rushing to answer, think. Now, this may seem simple, this may seem obvious, but we don't realize how often we feel pressure to do things. I think all the time about how I feel pressured to drive faster, to get out of people's way, or to drive faster because other people are driving around me. And I do my best to quell this pressure to do anything that anyone else would want me to, or purely because I don't know if they do want me to. That's my assumption. But not to be pressured by the outside world, but instead take my time, because one of the most important things is to speak what you mean, but not just that, speak what you think. And all too often we find ourselves saying things that we're regurgitating from other places. Often when I am inspired to talk in especially these videos because of something I heard that I was listening to elsewhere, I really take my time to personalize what I have to say. Otherwise, I would just share with you, as I do sometimes, just the direct clips of what the other person is saying. So I want you to take the time to ask yourself, really take the time to slow down and discover who you are, not just in the face of other people, not just when you're actively engaged in conversation with other people, but take the time outside when you're by yourself, or if you're at home, even if you're amongst family. Take the time to ask yourself, especially if you've been inspired to do so, because even if you're inspired to do so because of an outside conversation, stop and ask yourself, what do I really think about this? Am I saying this because I heard it? Am I saying this because I heard someone that I like and respect? Is it because they said it that I'm saying it? But have I really stopped to think about it? Have I really stopped to chew on it? Have I really stopped to consider all there is to consider about what they're saying? Am I just making assumptions about what they're saying in the direction of my own perspective? Could they be saying the opposite of what I believe and not even realize it because I'm only looking at it through my lens and not stopping to consider other perspectives? This happens a lot, especially right now, more than ever. I cannot tell you how many times in the last 4 years, two people could take the way one thing was said in completely different directions. It happens all the time, and we don't consider it. We don't stop to consider what the other options are. We don't even stop to consider what we really believe. We just jump on a bandwagon and we ride it. So I want to encourage you to take the time to discover who you are, and especially in the face of someone else, don't hesitate to take a moment to pause rather than rush to speak. Make sure that what you're saying is what you mean and what you actually think. May the energy you serve you well, and see you in the next video.